Hi everyone, very happy morning to all of you, and I hope you're all doing good. Yes, I have a slight throat irritation, so maybe my voice keeps fluctuating here and there. Apologies for it. Uh, we'll start off with the session. Before that, let's do a mindful moment. So let's quickly close our eyes. Sit in a comfortable position. Allow your spine to be long and your shoulders to soften. And allow yourself to observe the flow of your breath as you inhale and observe the flow of the air on its way out. Let's practice a couple more mindful breathing. As you breathe in through your nostrils, just observe the flow of the breath into your lungs, into your abdomen. And as you breathe out, just notice how warm is the air inside your nostrils as you are exhaling. Just observe your breathing. Once again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Expressing gratitude to your own self and to everyone who's present in this room today. Gently place your fingers on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you may gently open your eyes with a subtle smile on your face. Thank you for sharing these moments with me, and I hope it was good for you. All right, so let's start off with the session today. And today's session is about DEIB, also about gender identity and sexuality. All right, so it's a very vast topic. I wouldn't be able to cover it in 1 hour, but whatever justice I can do for the next 45 minutes in sharing everything that I know, and then maybe if we can take questions after 12:30, we'll try seeing if we can do that. Yeah. But for now, let's start off with the session. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you. I'm quickly going to share the slide. All right, so I hope you all can see the slides. Yeah, thank you. All right, so what does DEI mean? Right? Now, D stands for diversity, E stands for equity, I stands for inclusion, and there's one more, which is B. B stands for belongingness, right? And let's try to understand what are these terminologies and how is it important as a coach when we connect with our clients from different age groups, from different ethnicities, from different identities, from different backgrounds. we need to be very mindful of these terminologies, which is diversity, equity, inclusion, and belongingness. Now, diversity means getting together people from different psychological, social, physical, and other backgrounds, which means in India itself, if we see, we have a lot of diverse culture, right? We have cultural ethnicity, we have people coming from different uh, tribes, right? We have different categories of religion, caste, creed, all of it. So that constitutes entirely as a diverse spectrum, not just in India, but when we look outside also, there's a lot of diversity. Let it be from US, the culture is different. In UK, the culture is different. In Canada, Australia, every country and every city in a country and every village in a country has its own cultural diversity, right? So that is about diversity. What is equity? Equity is ensuring everyone to get the same treatment which they can have access to. So say, for example, if there's a deaf person sitting along and we are all hearing and we are doing this session, okay? Do you think the deaf person will understand what I am conversing here? Can the deaf person hear me? They can't, right? So for all of you, my voice is your accessibility. But for a deaf person, if I put on the CC, which is the closed captioning, my words change to sentences, that is, subtitles, and they can read the subtitles, right? Now that becomes accessibility for them, right? So we need to understand that how our client is, we work at that pace, right? We can speak to a 25-year-old individual in a different way compared to a person who comes, who is a senior citizen, maybe 50, 55 years old. You can't speak to both the individuals in the same language. You need to adapt yourself to connect with the other individual, right? And that is where you bring equity in place. If we only follow the practices, whatever we are doing with everyone, similar ways, the outcome may not come, right? And we are all outcome focused. So outcome needs to happen. Then the way we do the planning and approach needs to be adaptive based on each and every client, right? That kind of eliminates any barriers, and the person feels that, they are able to access whatever techniques you're providing, tools you're providing, whatever meta models you're providing. Everything can connect, but only when we explain and work at their age and their level of receiving it. Now, what is inclusion? How people feel being a part of the larger group, right? So when we have inclusion, which means, say, for example, if I am only taking care of mental wellness for females, okay? So there could be chances where other genders might feel offended. They will feel that, okay, why is she only focusing on females? So am I not a human being? Don't I have issues in life? A man can tell that, or they can put a comment like that, right? But when you explain your expertise, like how when we create those graphics, we explain what are you expert in? What are you good at? Okay, maybe you have been working with women associations, women NGOs, girl children who have gone through sexual abuse, acid attacks. You are explaining and substantiating why you're focusing on this particular crowd. Then the level of criticisms and judgments and negative comments will be less, right? We cannot completely negate negativity. It is always there, but it's how we look at it, right? So that is showing that you are inclusive to the environment. Now, coming to the last one, belongingness. What is belongingness? Is a sense of feeling of belonging to a part of the group, right? Now we all are in a group, we are all sitting here and talking. And say, for example, if I am just, focusing on Aditi and I'm only talking to Aditi, I'm not giving attention to anybody else. Each one of us would feel that lack of attention, like, right? Attention is our key currency. And if you don't give attention, automatically what happens? People detach from the topic. People detach from whatever you're saying. And gradually what happens? You become so invisible to the person. So if I'm only focusing on Aditi and I'm not talking to anybody else, I'm only taking questions from Aditi, I'm not taking questions from anybody else. Gradually, I don't become a face anymore to you. It becomes completely a very ignored face, right? So that is lack of belongingness. But when there is a sense of belongingness, what happens is you tend to completely give your 100% to everybody present in the room. We have 7 of us here, and I give attention to each and every one. That is where belongingness comes. So if anybody has a question, anybody has a concern, by not looking down at someone, judging the other person, comparing one another, no. By giving, apt attention and value to everyone, what they're saying, each perspective will be different, but bringing everything on the plate is what matters the most, right? Getting a little deeper to give you a clarity on what is equality and what is equity, right? Many a times we get confused with this. So we need to understand that we would come across people who are, having certain disabilities, who might come with different neurological disorders, who might come with locomotive challenges, and who might come from the different gender spectrum communities also. So now when we come face to face, we need to understand that where we provide what, right? We cannot give a blind person a normal book which we read and tell the person to read the book, right? I distribute 10 copies of a book and ask everyone to read the book. We all can read it. But for a blind person, the book should be in the braille structure, right? So what is equality? Equality is 8 participants receiving a book to read. So everybody got the book, right? What is equity? Understanding the need of each person and delivering according to that. So if somebody is partially blind, somebody is not having a good vision, or somebody is completely blind, we give them one book which has the braille script. So now that is equity. So you're giving what is needed for certain individuals. That is exactly what says on the last line. Equality is giving everyone the same pair of shoes, right? Maybe size 36 is given to everyone. But equity is giving everyone a pair of shoes that fits them. Maybe a size 4 or a 5 will not fit all of us. But to say ki haan, maine diya hai, I have given. So my job is done. But where is equity over there? If I'm not able to wear a size number 10, then what is the use of me having a shoe? Right? So these are things we need to be quite mindful about. And this comes with the, it comes through a childhood conditioning also, when people lack the knowledge of equality and equity. Because many times at homes, what happened where there are 2 or 3 children at home, when parents come home, they get chocolates and they give their children. So every child gets 1 chocolate each. They're like, okay, all of you got chocolates, right? Go. So gradually what happens when you keep growing, maybe the elder ones needs maybe a little less compared to the youngest ones needs, right? So if there is a 10-year-old, 6-year-old and a 2-year-old child, a 2-year-old might need more attention compared to a 10-year-old. Then what happens is when the child sees that, I have grown big, so they're ignoring me. I'm not getting attention. So that is where we need to be, very consciously parenting to let them know that child is growing, the infant, your younger brother or sister is growing and they need more attention. So that transparency in conversation, that clarity in conversation will bring more peace and harmony. Otherwise, many a times, siblings start creating enmity between each other. They fight a lot, they argue a lot. And as they keep growing, there comes a stage where they distance from each other. So it's very, very, important how we mindfully do parenting or communication, because communication is the key. So what is the benefit, right? In our coaching industry also, what is the benefit of DIVE, which is, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belongingness? Now, the main thing, what is important for us is we need to transform people and let them reach their desired outcome. If we need to do that, we need to understand people, because today, youngsters, individuals, people with disability, without disability, with a neuro condition, they're all very outspoken. They tell it very clearly that I have a stuttering, I have a, epilepsy, or I have some neuro disorders. So if we are not aware how to handle such situations, it becomes difficult for us, right? And for us also to see that positive testimonials coming where people are saying that, my coach was so effective. They could connect to me so easily. They could understand what is my pain areas and how they transferred it to, a pleasurable moment or a rewardful moment or a very positive and, effective outcome. That is where people will connect. And that is where the word of mouth spreads that, hey, maybe you want to get coached by this person. And then our performance improves. We get better ratings. We get more clients and we see more transformation in everybody's life. So it all depends basically on the way how we communicate, how we interpret their situation based on what they have told us, and not based on what is there maybe in our head, right? We need to come to a level, where we can connect with them. And when they express, we are able to relate. And we are able to give the service what is needed for that individual in particular. Maybe you have dealt with a client who has depression, who has gone through drug addiction and wants to come out of it, and you've done everything needed. You've followed a step-by-step procedure. Now tomorrow another person comes, maybe with the same situation, same scenario, but the flow of our approach will be different, right? Like how Vaisa also mentions, every technique what we practice is a success, but it only depends on the way we approach it, right? And approach depends from person to person. We have to modulate it based on how it is needed for that person, how that person is getting adapted to that situation, right? So I hope until here, are we all clear what is DEIB? You can put it up on the chat if it is a yes or a no, or if you have any questions on any one of these terminologies, let me know. More than happy to explain it once again. Nothing? We are all clear. Can we move forward? Yeah. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so here comes the very sensitive topic, which is LGBTQIA+. I'm sure some of you might have seen that movie also, Badai Do. It's a Hindi movie which speaks about the LGBTQI+ community. Okay, so it is a topic which creates a bit of discomfort in many people. Because I have noticed this in the office or in the outside when these sessions are conducted. There is a good amount of silence, but I totally respect that silence because, we come from a place where we don't know, and we are together going to transition to a place where we will know most of it, right? I don't know everything about it, but whatever I know, I will share with all of you. Okay, so you can put your responses on the chat. Here is a question. You can see these two cute babies. Yeah. The question to you is, which one is a male and which one is a female? I'll keep the chat open. So let me see the comments. Yeah. Okay. Shalini says, can't say. Okay, fine. That's good. Yeah. So let's understand one thing. You can say, can't say, I know, I don't know. Every answer is welcome, right? There's nothing right, nothing wrong. You're only sharing your perspective. So feel free to share whatever comes to your mind. It's a very safe space. So let me know, which one do you think is a male and which one do you think is a female? Meenakshi says the pink is girl. Okay. Aditi says pink is girl, blue is boy. Okay, thank you. What else? So I think most of you would either align to Meenakshi and Aditi, and some might align to Shalini, right? Because I don't think it might go anywhere apart from this. Okay. Anubhav says blue dress, female baby. Okay. So we got another perspective over here. Any other perspectives or anything, if you resonate with Anubhav or Aditi or Meenakshi or Shalini, you can mention that also, that you second their thoughts. Okay, so the next question comes here is, if you manage to identify the gender of the baby, how did you arrive at that conclusion? So, okay, dress. Yep. So maybe just look back in time. Where did you get this ideology that this is how it is meant to be, right? So most of us mentioned about the pink and the blues. Shalini says hair. So she supports pink collar. Baby is pink. The baby is sleeping, you mean, right? Okay. Okay, she supports the pink collar baby. Okay, so that shows over there. Okay, pink color baby. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah. So in our in our means, I'm not meaning only the Indian culture, but in entire human race, right? We have a notion that mostly when it is a pink party, a mom to be, or after the first birthday of the baby, every picture of a girl baby's party is all about pink, right? And anything to do with a boy child is always blue, right? So we come with this mindset, and it is absolute cliche. Yes, Shalini, you're right. It is an absolute myth. Okay, there is no scientific logic, research, nothing around it that a girl should only wear pink clothes. Only a girl should have a pink school bag, a pink bottle, a pink cap, and pink trousers, and everything pink. And it's only a boy who should wear blue. Many a times I have come across parents who find it very difficult to shift from this mindset, because they shout at their children, they scold their children when the boy wears the pink trousers, and they don't like it. They're like, what if he becomes like that? Means just a kapda pehen liya and you become something like that. I mean, what is the logic? So that is again coming with a very limited knowledge that we hold, right? Exactly. So I have people who have come up to me and told that, Suji, I had to clear my wardrobe. This is a male person. And he's like, people are mocking at me. They're laughing at me. They're making fun of me because I wear pink shirts, pink blazers. He's got a pink formal trousers. He likes the color. It's nothing got to do with who he is as a person on the inside. He's happily married. He has 2 children. He's proved his entire sexuality in his life. But only thing is he likes wearing pink colors. But people don't like it. His own wife mocks at him. His colleagues mock at him. And he feels so much of lack of confidence, self-esteem. He feels so uh, self-doubtful about himself that when he goes for a presentation, he's literally shivering. He cannot stand facing people because he knows the color what he's wearing, people are not liking it. And that is causing discomfort in him. So just imagine a person who's come for an interview and his friends have sent him with all these negative connotations and comments. How would the person feel? Right? So every individual is special, every individual is different. And each one has their color preference. So the bottom line here is color has no gender, right? Color absolutely has no gender. And I see this even in my mom and dad, to be very honest. But this is something, I'm trying to eradicate in the small, small things that I do. So when I go home, I have my niece who's 2 years old. I give her dresses, which is blue color, purple color, pink, yellow color, but I eliminate pink so that people don't, relate gender to a color. Gender is a living thing. Color is not. And not just color, costumes, and cosmetics. Now I think it will get difficult for, us to convince our mind that a male can wear a lipstick. If it causes at this moment any kind of discomfort in your body when you're listening to this, then there is a lot of homework that we need to do. Right? A man can wear a sari. Sari doesn't have a gender, it is just a garment. If I can wear a shirt and a trouser and a blazer, why can't a male wear a sari or a petticoat or a blouse or put, makeup? What's wrong? The only thing that is wrong is what we have been hearing from years and years and years and years, and what we have been seeing every time, that it is only ladies who do this. So it is only meant for ladies. Nothing like that. Anybody can put anything. Like how we had the makeup session where, she mentioned about male and female doing makeup as per their needs and necessity. The amount might vary, but you need things to get yourself presentable. It's not just the ladies who do the eyebrows. It's even the males who do the eyebrows. It's not just the ladies who remove the unwanted hairs. It's the male also who remove the unwanted hairs. Right? It is, a topic which I think we need to be very open, be very outspoken. And sometimes, initial days when I used to start having this conversation and do the trainings around my chest area, like my heart chakra, there was a lot of resistance. There was a lot of resistance because I come from a very conservative family and very orthodox where all this is not entertained. Forget about anything. Not, a sleeveless is not accepted. So that is where I understood that, if you can be a voice to the rest of the community to change their mindset, I think everybody can live peacefully on this earth. Nobody would go through all this suicidal thoughts, depression, sadness, self-doubt, self-guilt, low self-esteem. No. Children are bullied in school for just because a boy has a feminine, body language. Just because a boy moves his hand like, more like he feels very flexible, that they like, kya ladki jaisa behave kar rahe hain. And just imagine that child growing up with this echoing in his ears every day. Morning he wakes up, he knows he has to sit with that same classmates who are treating him like this. How attentive can he be in the class? Parents must be thinking, marks nahi aa raha hai, percentage nahi aa raha hai, he's not getting a rank. Focus is only on the numbers. But they don't know what this child is going through. Yeah, don't cry like a girl. So these are all stereotypes. Stereotypes means we create this. क्या लड़की की तरह रो रहा है? लड़की हो या लड़का, everyone has emotions. That is why you see majority of the population who go through depression and suicidal thoughts are quite disappointingly the male folks. Because they have been told all their life, you are the one who has to lead the generation. You are the one who's the man of the family. You are the one who's the breadwinner. You are the one who has to take care of the family, lead the culture, lead the heritage, bring, make a family, make babies. So everything is on that boy child. Just imagine they can never express themselves. They even forget to smile when they have to smile. We crack a joke and they'll be sitting just idle. It is not that they don't want to. But that is how they have been conditioned. And on the other side, the girl is told everything. You want to cut your hairs, get married, listen to your husband, cut your hairs. You want to go abroad, after marriage, you do whatever your husband tells. You want to wear this clothes, not in this house. Once you get married and go, please. After that, only your dead body should come back, if it comes back also. So it's like you are a temporary property in my house. And once you grow up, I deal you with some other trader, you're gone. And then you never come back. So what does that child think? Who am I? What is my value? How important am I to my parents? So every word matters. How we parent, how we coach a child is creating an identity. Because for them, parents are the role models. Whatever my parents tell, they are my world. So every word matters. We need to be very conscious when tomorrow if my child comes out and tells me, Mommy, I want to put the lipstick that you're wearing. I'll tell my son, go ahead, you wear it. If you feel good about it, do it. He takes my nail colors, he paints his nails. I'm like, do it. If that makes you feel good, do it. After 2 minutes, he's like, where is the nail polish remover? I want to remove it. It is just that they want to experiment. Let them be. Lifelong, we are not going to control their life. We are nobody to control their life. They know what they want to do, but they need that space of being non-judgmental, loving and caring and supporting and educating them. If you know it is not taking them to a right path, ask them, what is their intention? Why are they doing this? Right? So we need to ensure that we are there always, to validate. We are always there. So that tomorrow this child will not go out and explore porn videos, explore physical intimacy, explore different things, drugs. They will not. Everything is in the house. The whole freedom is in the house. Then why will that child go out and do anything? So you're giving a space, a very safe space for the child to access different websites, learn about, female anatomy, male anatomy, reproductive system, everything. So the child learns and becomes more aware, right? Do we hesitate going to a doctor and doctor tells remove your top or remove your pants? We want to examine you. Do we hesitate? We don't. Because we know it is a professional person and we have gone there for a professional help, right? So, yeah, I'll come to that, Shalini. Yes. So there are a couple of things, certain age, a child can identify their gender by the time they are 2.5, 3 years old. They are sorted. They know what their gender is. But why don't they open up? Now the question is for the parents that why don't they open up? So that is why most of the times we, ask people to go for parental counseling or coaching. Because we have given birth to a baby doesn't mean now we know everything about the baby, how to bring the baby up, how to culture it, what are the do's and don'ts. No, we don't know. But the mind, the ego mind stands up and says, hey, this is my child. I gave birth to my child, so I know what to do. So I'll take care of it. I don't need anybody to teach me what I should do for my child. And that is where everything goes upside down. Dominance comes, dictatorship comes, being very strict, not letting the child go here, go there, make friends, get friends home, go out for an outing. Nothing is entertained. Everything is a restriction. Whatever the child asks, it's a no, 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 and a no. So that child tomorrow grows up and becomes a people pleaser. Maska marna, getting things done, doing all inside office politics, everywhere if you see, they are involved. Because they know if they please their superiors, kaam ban jayega. And that is again a wrong way. Tomorrow they get into a marriage relation, they stoop down and stoop down and stoop down. And this is also for the male folks. They stoop down so much that the other partner sits on top of their head. And then they carry all the stress and anxiety and irritation and everything to work, and they burst out over there. And it may end up in losing a job or having a bad reputation. Everything is interconnected, right? So we need to be very, very mindful of how we interact, what we do, and what we don't do, right? So it is a deep topic. Every slide I may stop and elaborate, because there's a lot as coaches we need to know, so that when we get children coming in and we need to counsel them, coach them with their parents. So we need to be very, very mindful that they both may not be on the same level of thinking. The parents just want, Mera bacha engineer ban jaye, that is all I want. You tell that child whatever is needed, but I just want this outcome. Child on the other side, they're like, no, I am crazy about photography. This is my future. This is where I'm looking at. How are you going to approach a situation like that? Now, this is very, very simple, coming in terms with a gender identity. Now, if it's a boy child who's all about, dressing up, making up, doing cosmetics and all of it, taking all mummy's makeups, trying everything, and the mother is so furious. The father is also fed up. That is the only child to the family. That's also a son. And if he's behaving like this, what will happen to our generation? And all this is the counseling approach, what they have come with. Now, how would you coach? So we need to understand that every individual has their own identity. And in that identity, they have found their life. If we shake them up from that place, we tell them, no, don't do this, don't do that. You can't go here, you can't be friends with these people, or you can't play with a Barbie doll. Or to a girl child, you cannot play with cars and tools and guns and all that. But you don't know what the child is programmed on the inside. So we need to be very mindful how we approach this very, very sensitive conditions, because it can either go to two extremes. Either they might get the desired outcome, or it might totally shoot them out to an opposite direction altogether. And that will become a double hazard. So reading about books which talks about gender identity, how to break myths about gender, how to do conscious parenting when it comes to understanding when to tell what. Everything a child needs to know. But there is an age for everything. There is a milestone for everything. That we should be aware. That what to put in when. Right? So I hope, we are all on the same page. You're able to connect with me with whatever I'm saying. And if you have any questions, yes, we'll pick it up towards the end. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So moving on from here. Yeah, this is something which I really wanted us to see. This is one of the helpline numbers which we have for the community. And these are the numbers what you see, 500, 250, 254, 60, 120, 400, and so on. These are all human beings who have called up this number for bullying, extortion, family issues, education related issues, which is students mostly, then relationship related issues, legal assistance, atrocities, suicides, health issues, sexual abuse, leaving home, teachers, parents, family concerns, and depression. Right? And if I tell you all these individuals called up during the time when our lockdown started, right? March 2019. After that, in a year's span, we have received these calls to the helpline number. And at this time, everybody is in their home, which we all call it as the most safe and sacred space. But for these many individuals, it was nothing less than a hell. Of course, for the 240 who died, they are sorted, they are moved out. But suicide is not a healthy way of tackling situations. We all know it. Right? Teachers, parents, family tensions and troubles, what is caused. So if you see, each and every individual here is going through something which is impacting from the outside. Either they are being mocked at, insulted, they're not getting proper education because they know that if I send this boy out or this girl out, she's going to mingle with the same community and she will not focus on her studies. She will only do all other things. So let me rather not send her to school. Home arrest. Or once they get to know, some parents are like, okay, fine, I don't want you. We discard you from the family, from the property, from everything. You are out of this house. So their education rights are gone. Their basic parental rights are gone. Their health and safety support is gone. Now, who will sponsor for them? Relationship issues. There are couples living under the same roof. Now, this was the pressure building time, especially in arranged marriage, where I used to get calls where this person tells me that, my partner wants to get intimate because my parents are asking for a child, but I am not a person who is into physical intimacy. And I was like, okay, why didn't you tell this before marriage? So they're like, I couldn't open up because my parents just wanted me to get married because I finished graduation and they just wanted me to get married. And now they're asking for a child. Now they're like, anyways, you both are at home. Why can't you make babies? But the person is like, I am not interested in having a baby. I am not interested in physical intimacy. Many relationships break because either one of them is not a heterosexual. But how can even today's generation open up and tell their parents that, hey, you know what, dad, I am not a heterosexual individual? Cannot. They know their parents. They know their parents' parents. They know their parents' brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles. They know what is the repercussions. So they will not tell. They'll be like, okay, my family brought me up. They fed me. They gave me education. For their happiness, I will do it. But the problem doesn't lie there. The problem lies when that two individuals, the couple, start living their life. Intimacy is a part of relationship. I'm not just talking about sexual intimacy, but otherwise. Having a romantic conversation, hugging each other, holding hands. These are basic things what is needed. At least for a person who feels that way, right? But when the other person doesn't feel, where will it be complete? And there the rift starts. Some people even might get convinced, okay, fine, need to have a baby, I have to do that act, I will do it. But deep inside, they are not happy. They don't want to break the family. Once their children have grown up 15, 16 years old, they still feel, let me open up. Like I have masked myself for so many years, 35, 40, 45 years. At least, abhi to jeene do. I'll open up and tell my spouse that, you know what, I am this person and I don't feel comfortable, though we have lived together maybe for 11, 12 years. But all that I do is not because I am comfortable. It's just because I need to do it. Some don't even say. They live their whole life and they vacate that, okay, fine, I just lived for others. And it's a very hurtful phase. Many go through this. Some can't even say. Some don't even want to spoil their relation, neither want to have a broken family, children somewhere, they somewhere. So they just zip up and they live their life. So when we get, such clients, we need to be very, very empathy. Empathy is very, very needed. Like how Vaisar mentioned in the beginning, he told us, right, who don't have empathy can leave this session because that cannot be developed. It should be in us. It is very important. Yeah. So this is pretty much right now. I think we have 6 more minutes. Okay. Charmi is here. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me take one more slide and I'll stop it here. Maybe tomorrow we will continue the rest of it. Yeah? Okay. Okay, we'll come back to this. I think I'll stop it here right now. But if you have any questions, we can take for the next 5 minutes. Yeah, and then just okay. Yeah. Hi, Charmi. Nice to see you.
Hello, Suji. Same here.
Thank you. Hi, Shalini. Okay, you want to leave? If so, that's perfectly fine. Anybody has any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
But Suji, I want to actually tell you something that it was really very great eye openers, and we really need to think upon it, talk upon it, discuss something, question, debate, everything. I think need to be done. And a small, simple this session will not make that much. We have to do more sessions. And thank you. I'm really thanks to you. Nobody has talked to me like this about this issues, and I've always open up with my daughter about these things. When she turned 13, I talked about things. I talked about emotions. I talked about sex also. I talked about what is bad touch, good touch. I've always talked about each and everything, but people haven't talked about this thing to me in my childhood, and I really wanted to. And thank you so much for this session. Next time we catch up and we gather more information about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Shalini. Yes, Shambhavi, would you want to express?
Yeah, Suji, good morning. I just wanted to ask that whatever the numbers you have given, it is, where we can find out, or you can just give, are they still working? Means I just want to know, because this information I was searching for actually after COVID started, because many of contacted that there are no such helplines, and if there are helplines, nobody is helping and all. So see, it is not a one man or one woman work. It has to be in groups. Means what I have faced, and what everything means beside me was going, as you rightly said, that in my, when I was young, it was said to me that whatever, after marriage you do whatever you want, till then you have to be behave. So, and I was not a person that I would behave. So so my parents were very fed up of me, because I was total a tom girl, and I was into boys only. So I would I my color also is blue. Everywhere I like blue. So this was the issue with me before marriage. After marriage, when my girl stepped into my life, so I told her that I will not going to give you what I have received from my parents. So whatever so I think so this generation, means what my generation I called, that it is so much into this, that they have suffered with the parents only itself. So I was working in a group where like-minded parents like me were taking group sessions with the other parents, how to handle the kids and all that things. Yeah, but after I think so 5 to 6 years, that group got disabled, and I am still in search of a group like this where we can educate parents about everything, means whatever the issues are of right now. If many teenagers are finding issues, means the teenagers want to do something else, parent wants, as you said, that engineer, beta engineer hi hoga, beti doctor hi hogi. So this mindset of the parents, because they also don't know, they are not coming in this with the awareness. So I was also trying to help many parents, where the girl child came and said that, auntie, can you please help, because I don't want to marry, I don't want to have kids, I want to be something. So so I'm really grateful for you. I was not knowing that you were in this thing. So
No,
I
more
will
than
I will
happy.
I will con-
Yeah,
I
regarding
will
the
contact
helpline
you.
number, I will
Yeah.
share. I know that it's a helpline number in one of the districts in Kerala. It was not for the entire state also. It was one
Okay.
number from one of the districts where we received so many calls and we had to do so many rescue operations. After that, I started contacting schools and colleges and I started asking them, begging them that if I can do one session of this for your teachers, for your teaching staff, more than the children. You know, children we can approach, but first the barrier is the grown-ups because grown-ups have that
Yes.
limited mindset. But I have got enough and more rejections than acceptance, but I have not given up. So we'll work on it. Tomorrow, maybe we'll discuss more and we will, come to more understanding that why we are like this, sometimes why we have to hide ourselves, hide our identity. Sometimes we feel so masculine. I feel sometimes very masculine. Some decisions I might take just like that. But then people around, they will tell elders, especially, hey, you're a girl, so behave like a girl. So where is that line where you draw that you are a girl, so you have to be like this, you're a boy, you have to be like this? There's a lot of inhibition. So I think we'll discuss on all this tomorrow. I think it's Charmi's turn now, so I'll hand it over to Charmi. Yeah, Kazi. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have one question regarding in which age we can convey the information about the reproduction and sex to either son or daughter.
It depends on the child because if the child has a neuro condition, they are slow. If a child has autism, they are slow. But if it is, the child is just able to grasp everything and understand different figures, shapes, colors, body organs, most probably by the time they are 8 years old or 9 years old, you can slowly start letting them know about their body systems. And then as we go into the heart, we show the cardiovascular system, then go to the digestive system, then to the reproductive system. So if the person is a female child, gradually you can teach them about the male reproductive system also. So it is from the age of 8, usually it starts. Like I started for my son by the time he was 6.5, 7. And I didn't do it personally because I know that, see, the words I use may not be appropriate, but for them, that becomes their foundation. So there are certain websites like amaze.org. That is like a Tom and Jerry website. Tom and Jerry ka jo cartoon hai, it's similar to that kind of a website, very animated. And everything is explained so gracefully that the child will never go to anybody, listen to anybody, watch pictures, other vulgar things and all. They will not get into. They become so aware that it is such a divine body. You have all the powers in you. You realize that. And you become so empathetic. Like my son, I have only one child. But today, if he's coming back from school with his classmates, which is mostly females, and some, they're not even able to walk up, it is a slope up, they're feeling so tired. And he will ask that, are you going through your monthly cycles? And they are like, how do you know? Like, he's not even grown up, he's not attained puberty. And they're like, how do you know? So he's like, my mom has taught me, and I've read books. Like on Amazon, there is a book, Golu and Menstruopedia for females. So both books are there. So I got him the books. He used to read the books, so he knows it all. And then the girls, the classmates became comfortable in telling, yes, I have a back pain, there's bleeding. Then it becomes a normal conversation, like how I tell I'm having a cough, I'm having a cold, headache, back pain. Like that, it becomes a normal conversation. Then it is not about curiosity. Okay, what do we do next? How do we explore? No. So mostly the mind block is when we think, oh, this is not the time. We shouldn't tell. And then we keep postponing the process. We never tell. And then they grow up to an age, then we are like, okay, how do I tell now? I feel so conscious, like being the mother. What do I tell? Because I have never raised a boy child. I had two sisters, lived in a complete atmosphere where there were only females. I was like, how do I even experience this phase of his puberty? What is he going through? What are the mood swings he will come through? The timely erections. I don't know. I'm like, okay, then I need to learn. So I learned from my friends, male friends, and I read books, and now I've given him the access. So it comes. So start it slow and steady. Look at how the child is adapting and growing in maturity. And
Yes,
pick it up from there.
yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Because
Dr.
sometimes my daughter asks question, from where you got me? या ऐसे वो पूछते हैं कि हाँ ये बच्चा कहाँ से आया, तो उस टाइम पे हम अभी उसको जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे
Correct.
कि हाँ या दवाखाने से लेकर आए ऐसे. तो इसके लिए मेरे माइंड में ये कभी से क्वेश्चन था, एंड उसके लिए मैं भी बुक पढ़ना भी स्टार्ट किया अबाउट द पेरेंटिंग, एंड जस्ट आई एम रीडिंग दिस बुक द पेरेंटिंग मैप. इट इज वेरी नाइस एंड to determine our ego.
Yes.
Which ego mask we are wearing, the parenting. So it is very good book. I will recommend it to read everyone.
Great.
Thank
you for sharing it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this grateful session.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Charmi.
Thank you, Suji. First of all, I need everyone's interactions and camera on because I want to see everybody's beautiful faces. Please, camera on. Due to the time constraint, I don't have enough time. I know that. And just today, very simple thing we are going to learn, or just we are going to share the knowledge for each other, But I want everybody's interaction here, It's not the thing that I'm going to say, and you are going to hear. No, not at all. We all are here, super coaches and learners over here, right? So I need everybody's interactions. So as a super coaches, we all are here. Just we are learning different NLP tools and techniques from Vyasa sir, and the journey has gone in a beautiful way. So in our day-to-day life, we all as a coach and we are just, our clients also, definitely we are anyhow, we are suffering from different negative emotions like anger issues, anxiety, depression, overthinking. These are the very regular things that we are too suffering from. And we know that if we have clients, that the clients are suffering from this normal issues, right? And according to the WHO organization, from the 7 people of India, there is a 1 person as a percentage ratio. The WHO organization has taken that India is the most depressive country from all over the world. From the 2022, the WHO organization has declared that India is the most depressive country, right? So as a super coaches, we all are here, as Vyas are also told that everywhere, if you see, there are clients in India. Often we can get the clients, but we have to practice our tools, and we have to be mastering ourselves, and we are learning from each other, right? So how we as a coach, as a super coach, and to the client also, what are the negative emotions we are going through, how we can just convert into a positive things, because the things, there are the one thing of mental commands, how we are inputting our things in our own self, and how as a coach we are giving input to the clients. The mental commands is very much necessary, how we are talking to ourselves, how we are believing in ourselves, right? So the things of techniques of self-sufficiency, that we are enough, We all are enough in ourselves. Whatever the issues we are going through, we can manage in ourselves. So what are the basic things? The basic thing to be self-sufficient, the basic technique to be self-sufficient in ourselves, and we can apply in our client also. Already we all are your coaches, and we call, might be many of us, I think maximum we all are getting the clients, and we are, helping them by the different techniques, the basic techniques. But these basic techniques, that there are three ingredients of mental commands, how we can talk to ourselves, and we can make the clients also to talk to themselves, to believe in themselves. The very first basic things for improving the mental commands, there are three things, there are three ingredients that we are going to, the positive words that we definitely, we are all are practicing in our day-to-day life. Positive words, the visualization, right? Whatever we want to achieve it, we are visualizing in our day to day. Already we all are doing, might be, right? And the feelings, how we are feeling, how we are believing in the things. As we all know that what we say or what we want, the things don't work, right? What we do, but what we believe in ourselves, the result is getting. So how the belief system is in ourselves, it is so much important, right? So there are simple techniques like auto-suggestion technique. What is auto-suggestion? Auto-suggestion is just telling to ourselves that I am enough. I am fearless. Whatever the fear, whatever the anger issues, whatever the lack of self-worth, whatever the lack of self-love are there is a very simple thing that we can day to day, we can tell our clients also, or if we are practicing, not practicing, we can practice that I am enough. I am powerful. I am fearless, right? We can in just our mobile also, in our mobile screen also, in gadgets, or in dashboard also, in the picture form also, in a room, everywhere we can put whatever we want to visualize it, whatever we want to achieve it. This is the very basic and simple techniques for our self-sufficiency, right? The hetero-suggestions. What are the hetero-suggestions? Hetero-suggestion is the thing that not writing way, but visualizing, picturizing the thing, that as I told, in the dashboard or in the screen or anywhere where you can visualize the goal, where you can visualize it, that yes, I want to achieve it, I want to be that person. In that way, the hetero-suggestion techniques makes a very impact in our world. And the negative talks, what we are telling ourselves, that I can't, I want to do that, but the but form is coming in our way. But what we have to do it, just we have to drop the but, and what we have to say, I want to start. If I'm not capable, if I am capable, I don't want to say, but I want to start it anyhow. That also a very simple tool techniques we can start it. How the rejection of fear, when we are very fearful of any things, or of a new environment, with new people, of traveling fear, water fear, of anything, fear of public speaking also, right? So what we can do in that thing, just we can tell me that we can, like example, that what are the fear, the name of the fear, we can tell to ourselves that I reject that fear, but I am fearless. If we are fearful from traveling, we can say to ourselves, I reject this fear, I reject these fears, and I am fearless, right? We can, this is the very basic things, I knew it, but it's so important in our day-to-day life. And one thing, what are the negative thoughts are coming, like I'm feeling very low. Many times we all are just suffering from that. Today I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling very low, right? What we can say to her, because whatever the energy goes, where energy whatever the awareness we have, that in that way the energy goes or the flows, right? So we have to create that awareness that this is the negative emotions what I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling low. But what we have to tell ourselves, yes, it's not dead. Charmi, I'm feeling low, but it's not dead. I don't want to be attached to that thoughts. I know it's not dead. I'm observing that thought. I knew it. Or we can say, yes, I'm feeling low, but I want to go outside. I want to meet my friends. We have to convert that negative thoughts into different actions or into different positive thoughts, that I'm feeling low, but I want to travel, but I want to go outside. I want to meet my friends. So whatever the loop things we are constantly thinking about that thing, just we can change it and just convert into different actions, right? By saying, yes, it's not dead. So we don't have to attach with the thoughts. Just with the detachment, we can go with the flow by creating that awareness. And other techniques, what we can write it, it's one technique is that Vasna Daha Tantra. Vasna Daha Tantra. What in that to say, whatever the negative emotions, whatever the fear things, whatever the just we had a conflict with anyone, whatever we have been angry, we are fearing, whatever the negative emotions at this we are writing on the paper, write it down, 1 pages, 2 pages, 3 pages, how much you want to it, how much your mind does not get empty by that negative emotions, write on the paper, right? After then, just crumble the paper, burned it out, just got flush it out or just burn it out. And really, this is a very simple technique, but it's been useful to me a lot, many times. And right now also I'm following. And I have 2 daughters with are just going in the teenage, and they have peer issues, competition issues and everything both are going through, right? But I have applied this technique again and again to my daughters, and it has went an amazing result, writing your thoughts on the paper, crumpling that or burning down that paper and making flush down, it's helping. It's making us relax so much. And second technique is salt therapy. As we all know, I think we are aware of that, not the simple salt, but a rock salt or Himalayan pink salt. Just have it. Just whenever you just pick one negative thoughts you are suffering from, overthinking, fear, anything, just have on the mind, have that awareness that yes, this is the emotions I'm going through every day in my life, right? So take a pinch of the 2 things you can do it. Just have the jar, you can fill that jar with that pink salt and keep it on your in your room or in your washroom, in a bathroom also, right? This is the one option you can get it. Or the second thing is that pink salt, you can 2 to 3 spoon you can fill in the bucket, and just before the taking a bath, just you can have fill the half bucket of water by this pink salt, and just have a just first take a bath with that water, and then you can have a normal bath every day. This thing also I'm doing every day-to-day life, and I'm really feeling that whatever the energy, the negative vibes, what I'm getting, the energy, I'm really feeling so relaxed by this soul therapy technique and by that Vasna Daha Tantra. These 2 techniques is helping a lot by the, being a self-sufficient, being with ourselves, being knowing our self-worth, being happy, being content with ourselves. These 2 techniques helps me a lot. And the second technique, which is a very really important technique, it's EFT techniques. What is this EFT techniques? EFT techniques is emotional freedom techniques. Why? Making free, liberating our negative emotions. By how? In which way? By, it's like acupressure, by acupressing our fingers, right? In the different parts of our face, it's like everybody, I just first I will do, and we all will do together again once, right? So just pick one emotions, everyone, not right now, just have a thought in your life that whatever the negative emotions you are going through right now, just pick one emotions or list down the 10, and what you feel that this is the great emotions, negative emotion I'm going through, and I just want to remove this emotion. Just pick it one emotions and just have a relaxing position wherever you are seated, right? And what we have to do, just if myself example, I'm going through of overthinking, take our options that I'm going through from overthinking, then what I have to do, just we have to pick up these 2 fingers in this way, and we have to start acupressure, like tapping, in a tapping form. We have to do it, the negative emotions. If I'm picking up the overthinking, right, then what I have to do it, just by telling release. By tapping, we have to say release overthink. I am releasing overthinking. So what we have to do, first we have to tap on the forehead, release overthinking. Here, second tap over here, release overthinking. Third tap over here, release overthinking. Fourth tap over here, release overthinking. 5th step, release overthinking. 6th step, shoulder bone, release overthinking. 7th step on the ribs, both sides of the ribs, release overthinking. 8th one over here, forehead, release overthinking. This is by tapping, we are just making awareness of the emotions, what we are going through, right? And just we have to do this twice a day. We can do twice a day. We can pick one emotions, list down the 10 items, and we have to do it twice a day. And it will give a phenomenal result. And just we can check it out also from 10 to, if it's overthinking, we can just check it out from the 10 to 0 in just after 1 week, how much we had made, being free from that negative emotions, which type of grade we will try to give from 10 to 0, right? Just have a check and just list it down and just remove that negative emotions from our life. So I would like to tell you everyone, just have this technique. Everyone, can we do this technique right now? Okay, so pick one emotions, pick one negative emotion, right? Just close your eyes, sit comfortable. Everyone, just close your eyes, sit comfortable. Just pick one emotion, negative emotions right now, what you're going through. Have relax. Just observe it, observe that thought, whichever the negative emotion, if it is anger issue, if it is a fear, if it is you are feeling less confident, just visualize the scenario. Of your negative thoughts. Take a deep breath. Exhale from your mouth. Once again, take a deep breath. And exhale from your mouth. Last time, take a deep breath. And exhale from your mouth. Have a relaxing position. Choose one negative emotion that you want to release from your life and want to feel very peaceful and content. And then just take 2 fingers and start tapping from your forehead. Just tap on your forehead. Release that negative. Give the name of that emotions. Release overthinking. Release lack of self-confidence. Release anxiety. Whatever name you want to give it. Tap on your forehead. Just tap it. Release. Tap on the side of the eyes. Release. Release. Tap on the under eye. Release. Release overthinking, release anxiety, whatever the emotions you are feeling. Upper lips, tap on the upper lips, release. Tap on the chin, release. Really feel that emotion. Feel what you want to be peaceful. Feel it. Feel that emotion, what you want to be calm, what you want to release that emotion. Tap on your shoulder bone, release. 2 to 3 times, tap it, release. Say release and give the name to that emotion. Tap on the side ribs, both on the side ribs, release, release. Release overthinking, release anxiety. And the last, tap on the forehead, release, release. Tap it 2 to 3 times. And just have a comfortable position again. Just have a eyes closed only, and just be aware of your thoughts. Observe your thoughts. Are you feeling relaxed? Are you feeling better? Which kind of thoughts are coming in your mind right now? How you're feeling? Observe it. Just be an observer right now. Don't attach with that emotion. Just be an observer. If negative emotions are there, let it be. Have it. It's totally fine. After that, whenever you feel comfortable, rub your hands. Have your palm on your eyes. Give that positive energy in your eyes. Feel relaxed, feel comfortable. Be with that emotions, negative, positive, whatever emotion, be with that. Be a good observer. And then, whenever you feel to open your eyes, you may open it. Whenever you feel comfortable, you may open your eyes. And just without speaking anything, just have it and feel it. How you're feeling. Everybody has done that? Hopefully. Okay.
Yes,
So this is
Charmi,
the
it is
simple EFT
really
technique.
feeling refreshing and good. Means I have learned this, but I am not doing this. So
Start doing this. This is very basic, but this is so much powerful, and I'm doing my daily routines, and it's created a magic. It's magic. All these NLP tools and tech we are learning, and it's really helpful. It's so powerful. But this is the basic thing which we can overcome from these are negative emotions too. And it's my own experience that I'm doing every day. And hopefully I overcome 85 to 90% I have overcome from my negative emotions by this EFT technique. Thank you, Sambhavi.
Yeah,
Anybody want
thank
to
you
share?
so much. Thank you. It's powerful. Actually, बहुत
Thank
अच्छा
you.
लगा. Yeah.
Feeling relaxed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
feeling relaxed,
you.
very relaxed.
Yeah, Charmi,
एक
it
दो
is
बार
Yeah.
किया हुआ है मैंने ये, but regular basis पे नहीं किया हुआ है.
Yeah, that's what we all know many techniques.
Suji,
No, we are aware of that. But
Suji,
in regular
recording
basis,
stop कर दो. Then we will talk.